Thank you for coming today to what you will see is a hugely important and symbolic moment for policing and for this investigation. We do not underestimate from the point of view of the police service how important it is that we are joined today in an act of unity from all the political parties across Northern Ireland. Clearly, we know from what we've done so far and from commentary from across the community and the political spectrum, the sheer sense of outrage at this pointless and senseless attack on Detective Chief Inspector John Caldwell. John remains in hospital where he is critically ill and heavily sedated. We have arrested a further man overnight in relation to this investigation. He is now in custody and also being questioned by detectives. Since we spoke yesterday, last night I had the chance to speak to John's wife and his son. They are clearly heavily affected by what they've gone through, but want to pass on their thanks both to the people that rendered first aid and care at the scene, but also in terms of the outpouring of support from across the community in relation to this awful outrage. Clearly today we've had a chance to talk to political leaders about the pace and context of this investigation, what it means for policing and what we sense will happen in the next few days. But again, we echo our thanks because it has rippled through the organisation about how important it is that we're joined by the political leaders today in this unique time to show that we stand together and call out this outrage for what it is. We'll take questions in a few moments, but I'll leave it to political colleagues now to add a few words one by one if they want to.
Okay, well, thank you to the Chief Constable for giving us the briefing today and bringing us up to speed with the investigation. I think that it is so important in moments like this that we stand united, and we do stand here united as one voice in our condemnation against this horrific attack on a police officer, someone who's part of our community. And I think that the most powerful message that we as political leaders can do is to stand with the Chief Constable today, to stand with the police service and to say this is not good enough. This is an attack on all of us. This is an attack on our community. And finally, the only other thing that I would want to say today is that my thoughts very much remain with the family. This is a family who are going through a trauma. These are a family that are sitting at a hospital bed. This is a son who's witnessed his father being attacked in this callous way. So my thoughts are very, very much with John's family today.
On behalf of my own party, I would like to extend to the Chief Constable and his colleagues, and of course to DCI John Caldwell and his family, our thoughts and prayers at this time. We continue to pray that DCI Caldwell will make a good recovery from the terrible injuries that he has sustained, and also to say to all of those very brave men and women who each day serve our community so faithfully and with great courage, that we all stand with you. You have our continued support. But words are good. We also need to ensure that the PSNI has the resource that it needs to carry out its job effectively. And we will work together as parties, engaging with the government to ensure that that resource is made available to the Chief Constable and to the PSNI. And we hope to have the opportunity to do that in the coming days. I would also say to the evil people who carried out this heinous attack and to their organisation, you are not the future of this place. We stand against you. The murder of police officers and the attempted killing of those who serve our communities in Northern Ireland was unacceptable when my cousin was the first RUC officer to be murdered by the IRA in 1970. Loyalists have also killed police officers. It was never acceptable, and it is not acceptable now. It will not be tolerated. And we stand foursquare with the police to ensure that those who have been responsible for this attack are brought to justice and that they do not dictate how this place moves forward for the future.
Today, all 5 political parties in Northern Ireland are standing shoulder to shoulder with the Chief Constable and indeed all of the brave men and women of the police service of Northern Ireland. All 5 parties are utterly united in rejecting terrorism and standing up for the rule of law and democratic principles. That's the only foundation on which this society can work. We are determined that those responsible will be brought to justice, and indeed that the police have the resources that they need to do their job properly. The immediate family of John Caldwell are very much in our thoughts, as are the wider police family themselves. We are very conscious of the impact that something like this can have upon police morale, but I think it's equally important to stress that what we're hearing back from the front line is a determination and a resilience to do their job on behalf of the community, and they have our full support in that regard.
The attack on John Caldwell was an attack on a husband. It was an attack on a father. It was an attack on the community of Omagh. It was an attack on our society. It's an attack on our children. It's an attack on our peace, our hard-won peace, and it's an attack on the Belfast Good Friday Agreement. But it will not work, because we do stand united. And as the leader of the Ulster Unionist Party, I stand with the leader of Sinn Féin, of the DUP, of the Alliance Party, of the SDLP. And we tell these people out there who, through word or deed, who try to undermine our peace, it will not work, because we will stand united. And we will ask our society to do similar, to raise their voices against these people and say, you do not belong here. What you stand for does not represent us. You will not undermine what we have achieved in the last 25 years for your own vile, depraved ends. We will overcome this, and I will stand with the Chief Constable and with his PSNI officers to ensure that is the case.
Well, first of all, it's important that we send our love and support to John and his family, and also our solidarity to every single PSNI officer who's at work today, and we want to let them know that they're part of our community and that they have all of our support. The people standing here are the representatives of the people. Those people who carried out this attack represent nobody. They will achieve nothing. They think they're at war with the British state. They're at war with the people of Ireland. And from my perspective, that is a battle that they will never, ever win.